Got my 67 Pontiac Firebird. Got it up on the lift. Just finished putting exhaust on it. I bought the Jegs bolt-on kit. Got some racing headers. I'm actually really impressed with these headers. Got a small block Chevy. Built a 302, 327 block, 283 crank. These headers, they fit good. They fell right in too. Was running open headers, just got my motor broke in. Hauled it out here to the shop, put it on the lift. This exhaust turned out pretty good. I eventually want to put electric cutouts and a H-pipe in it. Mounted up pretty good. I got air shocks on the car and they're down right now because I had to reroute the line, so it is hitting the spring back here on this driver's side. Ain't nothing we can't fix. RPC 7-quart, I believe, oil pan. Short water pump setup, cold case radiator, cold case dual electric fans. It's a project, guys, but it's coming along. I know all the Pontiac purists like, man, we put a small block Chevy in it for. When I bought the car, it had a 283 in it. 2-barrel carburetor, 2-barrel intake on it. I went to pull that off and found a crack in the block right at the head deck. Somebody left some water in it and it froze and busted in the man's garage that I bought it from. I bought it already painted. You see my trim away from the headliner. Working on the interior too, trying to get it road legal. Ready for the road, ready for some shows. It ain't no concourse deal, but it's something to have fun in. I also got Pontiac rally wheels going in the back too. I got to get them painted, get them on the car. It ain't perfect, but it's gonna be a fun little ride. I built my 10-bolt. This car also came with ran the numbers on it as a 68 Camaro 10-bolt. It ain't the Pontiac one. I guess somebody blew it up. Disc brake conversion on the back. Stainless brake lines all the way through. Went with a Yukon Posi and a 373. I think it was a Yukon gear set too. Did have a 308. But I would like to get this thing on the drag strip a little bit. And I forgot what they call it cover, but it's for the caps. Stiffen up that rear end a little bit. I'm gonna be hitting hard with it. I can get cam specs to you later on. This thing sounds mean. We'll get back with that before too long. Thanks for watching. Here's my little 302 cold case radiator. It's got a 30 over factory reproductions of a dome top piston. So that's a 4-inch bored 30 over with a 9.7 cc dome with a 291 heads. I did go to thicker head gasket to get my compression down a little bit because I do want to be able to drive it off pump gas. But Holly 4150, 650 CFM distributor, carburetor to MSD ignition all the way through. It's in some of the headers, just burn the paint off of it, but I'm happy with how that fit. Look at the thick flanges on that thing. Well, a short water pump setup, just because that's what the 283 it was in the car had. I'm not exactly happy with it, but it's what I got to work with right now. These 291 heads are not drilled and tapped with accessory holes, so that leaves me limited on my alternator mount. If there's anybody has any better ideas, something that may help me out a little bit more and ain't gonna break the bank, maybe leave it with me, drop it in the comments. She's dirty. She ain't the prettiest thing in the world, but it's gonna be a fun ride when I get her on the road. Went with manual brakes just cause I didn't want to have to worry about vacuum with my cam. Like I said, I can get cam specs to y'all, but I'm guessing this thing's around 10. I've done the math on the calculator on the internet. It's like 10.7 something to 1 compression, so it's still pretty high. She's a thumper. Back seat, I had reupholstered. Waiting on the front seat. I still have the factory bench seat that came in this car, and I hear those are pretty rare. Got that steering wheel off eBay. Hitting the Mountain Kid, it wasn't too bad. Cheaper than Classic Industries and good quality. Looks good, looks really good. And I like the Pontiac horn button too. Nothing special. This is a 6-cylinder car. Odometer reads 16,455. I'm guessing that's 116,455. I did the headliner myself. Like I said again, it ain't perfect, but it's just gonna be a fun cruiser. Got a factory 3-speed in the floor. Sorry, air compressor kicked on. Got new glass for it. Just taking a long time to put it in. Pretty clean. It ain't perfect, but it's clean. Got my aftermarket gauges down there. I'm wanting to do something different about that too. I bought the auto gauge by auto meter, and the oil gauge actually stripped out when I put it in. And it wasn't, well, I put a copper line kit from them on it, and it acted like it had 2 different size threads, so don't know what the deal is with that. Yeah, I bought the car painted already. It is 2022 as of today. The car was painted in like 1996. Man, I bought the car off of, bought it brand new, sold it, and bought it back in the early 90s, tore it down for a full restoration. And he just wanted a cruiser more or less. He didn't have to be perfect for him. And after he had it painted, he just lost all interest. Quit fooling with it. And in 2020, I bought the car. It was basically just a shell with a motor sitting in it. And I can put pictures of that on there later, but here's how far it's came since then. It's gonna be a fun little ride. Little street and strip play car. Go to the cruise ends, take my daughter and my wife out. Ice cream. She ain't getting out in the rain. I know the car ain't perfect, but it ain't getting out in the rain. We'll be getting some sound clips and some cam specs to y'all. Thanks for watching.